This line is deliberately intense and poetic, meant to grab your attention immediately. Because ancient empires didn't rise through peace treaties and politics alone. They were forged in blood, through brutal violence, conquest, and fear. Swords represent the raw force of combat, territory claimed through battle and slaughter. Fire, that's the torching of cities, temples burning, civilizations reduced to ash. And terror, that was their most effective weapon. Public executions, torture, entire populations mutilated or massacred, not just to punish, but to send a message. Take the Assyrians. They were infamous for impaling survivors outside city walls, a brutal billboard of what happens if you resist. These weren't just battles, they were massacres. That line shatters the glorified image of ancient war, because many of these campaigns weren't about glory, they were one-sided slaughters. Men, women, children, all targets, not casualties of war, victims of extermination. Look at Genghis Khan. When he stormed the Khwarezmian Empire, entire cities like Urgench were wiped from existence. Over 100,000 killed, not in battle, but in vengeance. Entire cities erased, children sold as slaves. Now the horror becomes personal. This wasn't just about winning a war. This was about destroying people, homes, languages, cultures. Gone. Whole cities turned to rubble. Survivors? Many were chained and sold, including children. After the Babylonian conquest of Jerusalem in 587 BCE, thousands were exiled. Families torn apart. Children raised in a foreign empire. As property, this isn't the history from your textbooks. And it's true. What we learn in school, dates, kings, achievements, but behind every empire was a darker truth, one rarely told. This line is your warning. You're about to see a version of history that was buried, maybe on purpose. These are the most brutal war crimes committed by ancient empires. Let's be clear, ancient law didn't define war crimes. But even in those times, some acts shocked the world. These weren't isolated acts of violence. These were deliberate, systematic campaigns of terror, genocide, enslavement, and mass destruction. By today's standards, crimes against humanity. And they were committed by the greatest powers in history.